Hi everybody, welcome to Hex Token channel. So this is where we talk about awesome projects as well as Axion itself, of course. But in this one, we're talking about Pulsechain, which I believe is going to be the biggest opportunity this coming year. It's going to be massive and it's imminent. The sacrifice phase is imminent, and then we're going to have Snapshot and of course mainnet. We're also expecting testnet to be up and running around about the same time as sacrifice. So that's going to be a lot of fun too. That's certainly going to help with the FOMO. It really is, this is how I would phrase it, it's the quiet before the storm. The storm is imminent any day. I'm picking at the moment, I'm picking Sunday. Let's see how we go. That's kind of generally the cheapest ETH fees as well, but we'll see how it goes. But let's get into the chat first. We've got a couple of items to go through in today's fun chat live stream on the Pulsechain. So awesome stuff. Let's get into the chat. All right, so who we got? They've got Ken Homesteads in the house. Great channel, very informative. Have my finger on the sacrifice button. Very nice. Good one there, Ken. And it's good to see you again. Awesome stuff. Now, once again, subscribe to the channel, like, share, hit the bell for further notifications, and get into that chat. Let's get the community chat going. We love your opinions. Get in there. Remember, it's a PG show. Keep it PG. We're all happy and all good. Let's get straight on. We've got Alex K. I'm waiting. Takes a lot of patience, Alex says. It is. It's going to be absolutely huge. It's like all this pressure building in behind a dam, a big giant dam, like maybe that big one in China or somewhere like that. Just a big dam, and it's building up that pressure at the moment. And I think Hex, Richard knows that too. So definitely think. Hey, Neil, Staking Journey, long time no see. Good to see you. Hi, sirs. Good to see you, Neil. It's been a while to see you in the chat. So great. Welcome back. Yeah, pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, it's really like that pressure building up behind the big dam and about to unleash. So pretty awesome stuff. Now we're going to cover a couple of different topics. Now, obviously, the title of the video is why Pulsechain airdrop might make you rich. So we're going to look at the potential of that. It's not why Pulsechain airdrop will make you rich. It's why it might make you rich. Obviously, there's always a risk in cryptocurrency land, and so this is not investment advice, just my opinion and for entertainment purposes. So we're going to have a check out that. We're going to look at some aspects you may not have thought about, and if you've got some aspects that I haven't thought about, put them into the chat. That's what it's about, a give and take about information sharing to help us all on this crypto journey for sure. So we're going to look at obviously the impact on Pulsecoin itself. We're going to, with the sacrifice phase, we've got ERC20s, of course, and of course non-Ethereum tokens and coins as well going to be up for grabs. So it's going to be interesting to see how that happens. But really the big deal is going to be, we've got the sacrifice phase, then we've got the mainnet, and then the mainnet is going to have the big airdrop, of course. So we're going to get a copy of the ERC20 tokens over onto the Pulsechain. Basically, it's going to start from zero. We're going to have a price discovery. It's going to be like a gold rush. It's going to be like the Wild West. It's going to be incredible. But fundamentally, it's going to be a superior version of Ethereum in sense of it's going to have superior throughput. So it's going to be a big deal, folks. It's going to be a big deal. So let's quickly go through some of the chat parts there. Neil's in the house. Cheers. Hey, you're welcome, Neil. Always good to see you, as I say. So awesome stuff. Let's get into the chat. Let me just check the sound. Sounds looking good. I'm trying not to rush too ahead there. It's a lot of fun doing this, so I'll just jump from here. Here we are on the pulsechain.com site. This is where we're at, and obviously you can see some of the real benefits that are going to underline this price discovery, this wealth creation. This is what it is. We've got obviously the Pulsechain is going to have zero inflation. Validators earn fees, and 25% of the fees are burnt. Now we know that Ethereum's got the London fork coming up. They're going to have burnt fees in there and tips and stuff like that. So they're trying to change dynamics. And then we've also got, obviously, we're going to have 4 times the throughput, so with 3-second block times as opposed to 13 on Ethereum. So you've got some real tangible superior blockchain elements to that, as well as copying over the system state from Ethereum. So it's going to be interesting times. Pricing up is going to be just wild. And I think all that pricing up of all the other tokens is going to help price up the Pulse coin as well. So it's sort of a win-win from that point of view. Let's quickly go into just see the latest news. Richard had one tweet that was out there. And so basically it just came out 3 hours ago. You're totally in charge of your own finances. You're the bank. You're the money printer. It's truly amazing. Richard Hart is launching Pulsechain.com, the world's largest free airdrop. And the tens of thousands of coins on Ethereum will be copied onto the new network. So that's really the heart of it. It's going to get that big copy. That's why it's a Pulsechain airdrop. It's going to be pretty massive. And there's the Pulsechain website, of course, pulsechain.com. So I'm just going to post that, of course. It's in the video description, but here it is as well. So we're going to push that in there, and let's go here. Neil's also got a comment in the chat before we move on. I'm interested in what institutions think of Pulse, as well as they don't mind the high ETH fees. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big mover. Richard's already said on a previous live stream that he's had some, founders and leaders and other big established crypto projects and coins. They've said that they're interested in going to the Pulse chain. So it really will be interesting to see what they do, what millionaires do, VCs do. Institutions, all those sort of people do as well. Some of them that may be watching. So interesting stuff there. Max Troll says, good to catch you live streaming. Hey, it's a pleasure, Max. Good to see you in the chat. You're very welcome. Alex K said he had a bunch of tweets, but mostly about the Hex. I think that's correct. He did. Really, this is the one. It really pertains to Pulse, really is getting there. He's pushing it right up to the frontier and saying this Pulse chain is imminent pretty much. So awesome stuff there. The previous ones were about Hex. You can see they're all about Hex, but this one here about the Pulse chain, that was the last one 3 hours ago. It's getting imminent. We also know that we had covered this in the video the other day, but we actually went through and saw his previous tweets on Pulse chain specifically. We'll just jump back down to there, just have a quick refresh before we move on to the main items that we're going to be covering in this video live stream. Let me just scroll down here. He's had quite a few tweets lately, to be honest. So we'll just jump through all those. Jump through that, all Hex. So a lot of Hex stuff there, but we're looking for the Pulse chain. So I almost forgot, it's on the world's largest airdrop ever. Never before have so many free coins been given away. And of course, those free coins are going to be a price discovery, and that's where the wealth, the getting rich type thing is going to come from. Oh, I do. So he's got another one there. Just past these ones as well. Just jumping that down. Boy, he's had a lot more tweets than I thought. So basically, he's got this is on the 6th of July. Install your MetaMask wallet. So he's telling everyone to get ready because it's imminent. If you plan to participate in sacrifice phase, you must have it installed for the sacrifice page on pulsechain.com. All right, which isn't up yet. It will. So that's still not up. Sacrifice phase still not up yet. We can see that on the Pulse chain site that we haven't got it up yet. This is all. It's all been the same stuff. The same. Make sure that you're on Telegram. Okay. So that you get the latest stuff, the latest info. So that's up there. He's also got for ETH and Ethereum based tokens, there's going to be a single address for everyone sends to. So he's always given us some clear instructions there. So that's going to be one address that we're all going to be sending sacrifice. If we're sacrificing those tokens or coins, we're going to be sacrificing that one address, everybody, as opposed to non-Ethereum tokens, which will be going to individual addresses, such as Bitcoin or something like that. So I guess that's how they're going to roll that. So that's pretty much the latest news there. Now let's quickly have a quick look here on the markets. We've obviously got Ethereum pulled back. It was up at 2,400. This pulled back a bit. We've got Bitcoin at 32,900. And obviously, the higher that is, the better. It's more bullish, more value underlying the Pulse chain, and also price discovery. Just everything is better with the higher price thing. Everything price. Just like when you issue a company, you're going to launch shares and sell shares. You want the price to be as high as possible, pretty much. And that's the way you roll there. So that's what's happening there at the moment. Now let's quickly just filter this. I don't know if you knew you could do this. You filter, go to all platforms, and we'll just go down there and scroll for Ethereum. Boom. And so we're going to pull up all just the Ethereum based tokens. Some of this might be slightly inaccurate, it's just a database, but this is essentially filtered for Ethereum based platforms. So you got all these ones here. As you scroll down, you can see them all. And basically what they have is to have the market caps. So when we got price discovery, we're going to be trying to see how much they're going to price Pulse chain up, the market that is. That's people that sacrifice and other people that get in after the sacrifice that don't sacrifice but are involved. How much of this market cap are they going to price up the Pulse chain tokens? It's going to be pretty interesting. Let me know in the chat what you think and what you think some of the better ones are. That they'll probably obviously at Uniswap and things like that on there, Polygon. So what are they going to be priced up as? We've even got Shiba. So what are they going to be? Now I haven't checked that all these are accurate, but this is what the filter's saying. So you got the Celsius network, a lot of these big ones, Compound, all that sort of stuff there. So that's what you got there. We've also got another view, of course, where we've got on token tracker on Ethereum. You can actually use the token tracker. So I'll just post that as well. Post that in there. So I've got ETH token tracker. So you can check that out as well. It's interesting. Let's have a quick look here. Let's go. I actually had dark mode on, so I'm not sure why dark mode must have changed off there. Dark side is where the fun is. Oh, wait a minute, let's just scroll back here. I'm a bit behind there. Some of the comments, got a few more comments than I expected. So let's have a look here. Stretchful Struggle says Hex is amazing. Yeah, it is. It's certainly proven itself, hasn't it? And Vusi's in the house. How to buy Pulsechain. Pulsechain hasn't launched yet, Vusi. We're waiting for the sacrifice phase to launch, but it's imminent any day now. And I'm picking for Sunday. Could be wrong course, could be Monday, but it's definitely within the next 10 days from the sounds of it, because we had within 2 weeks, and that was a couple of days ago now. So we're definitely getting there sooner than later. And some of those tweets that Richard sent out are super bullish. So that's the other side of it. Dark side, where is the fun? Dark side is where the fun is, says Alex. And Pulse pre-launch can be gained via sacrifice, or you can buy it after launch. That's correct. So Alex on the money on that one. I picked up a little ETH today, but it will probably test 2,000 at least. It looks like it the case, and obviously there's the ETH token tracking. So what's interesting about this is that we're all going to be, the market's going to be pricing up these tokens on Pulsechain. Pulse ETH, was it Pulse Uni or Pulse whatever, and it's going to be basically priced up. And so what's it going to be worth in relative to these market caps? I'm pretty conservative, so I'm like saying like 10%, something like that, but it could do 20-30%. You just never know. So this is the token tracker, obviously on ETH, on the ETH Explorer, and you can see that the market caps, like the Hex market cap, obviously not the same as what it is on Nomics.com. So it's got 14 here. I think it's about 30 or 40 on Nomics. Let's pull that up just for a quick look. Nomics.com. So just pulling that up. So Hex is sitting at number 5 at the moment. Obviously, Hex is the golden child. You can see that the market cap is 46.7 billion. So that's a lot higher than what's showing on Etherscan. Obviously, there's different measures being taken into account on different stuff, like even CoinGecko and blocks. Blocks the value, doesn't even populate it. So it's got a bit of gatekeeping going on there. Now, I understand there's a court case going on against CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap on the gatekeeping. So that's going to unleash some potential. Obviously, if Hex shows up in the top 10 there, then a lot of investment funds and stuff like that will maybe pull it into their indexes or their investment profiles as part of their selling, selling to their own clients. Or selling onto their clients, I should say. So there we are, folks. That's what you've got. Hex there, you've got BNB up there, all this sort of stuff. Trading on here, Uni, all these other tokens, VeChain, everything else on here. So that gives you a token tracker on there. So it gives you some idea of what some of the values that might be chased. Like let me have a look here. Uni's at 10, just over 10 billion. So what will it price up to? A tenth of that, 20%, 30%. So we really don't know. It's really all guesswork, but it has the potential to make a lot of people wealthy on the Pulse chain. That's why a lot of people will be entering that sacrifice to get Pulse coins. Because obviously, if you're pricing up all these other coins, all the other ERC20 coins, then that's going to have a flow-on effect on Pulse chain. People on the Pulse coin. So pricing up those coins is going to have it's going to be a little bit circular in my view. So let me know in the chat what you think about that. Certainly going to be pretty awesome. Lewis says guessing this weekend. Yeah, I am too. I'm guessing Sunday because probably the cheapest ETH fees. But we'll see how the market goes too. You may want to try and time a particular day, especially a green day. A green day would be a good time to try. Did you see George trying to criticize about the BitBoy talk? Yes, I watched BitBoy, and I watched the interview yesterday after Alex gave me the heads up, and yeah, it was entertaining. I thought Richard did a really great job as usual, and some of the questions that they had were kind of, I don't think they fully understand Hex. I don't think that anybody on there understood Hex very well, and so I think Richard was probably a little frustrated by that. He's answering a lot of the same questions that they don't seem to know much about the share rate, really know a lot about the Origin wallet, the behavior of the Origin wallet. They don't seem to know much about the staking class, the staking percentage ratios. They don't seem to, the supply and demand sides of Hex. They don't really seem to know the amount of liquidity that's in the market. They don't seem to know just about anything, and yet they're making criticisms like it's just some generic, like it's almost like they're back 18 months ago, and so it was a bit sad. And Lewis says, I'm not a fan, I'm fanboy or biased, but I think a lot of what Richard said made sense. And what did make sense, so basically they're putting that stuff about, a Ponzi and stuff like that. It's all silly stuff, really, because everything, if you know economics 101, everything's based on the marginal price, right? As soon as people stop buying, no matter what asset it is, it doesn't matter. And that's what Richard's basically saying. The market also goes up and down, has the cycles. You can't get rid of those either, generally speaking. But we all know that Richard said this from the very beginning. And this is it. How do you make value? You have most people holding your coins. You have very little on the market, so you get that liquid squeeze, and that's it. That's the holy grail, and that's why he's calling it. Hex is a god project type thing, and that's the logic, right? You get as much off. You get people to defer their gratification, make them stake out long. He's obviously got the Origin wallet to control the rest of the profile, and every time we're moving on, it's going less and less supply, and that's the holy grail, less than 5% now. And then there's so much incentive for people to stake and not sell, and you get that culture as well. You get a culture built up of long-term stakers, and it's similar to Axiom, where Axiom's got 84% of its Axiom stake. So this is the idea. This is how you get a lot of value. And that's how it works. So I thought he did a great job, and it was just a shame that the others don't do their homework. They just don't know the project. Unfortunately, most of them have missed the bus. Some of them, I think BitBoy had been lucky, because BitBoy had been on there for ages ago. Remember, they had that big ruckus on the YouTube channel, so that was interesting. Anyway, I don't want to get too much off the topic, but that was an interesting live stream. Jennifer says, sorry if this is a dumb question, but how long will the sacrifice last for until they end? So originally it was going to be 30 days, and then 2 days calibration, and a third day to do the final publishing. So that's about 33 days, but now we understand it's going to be about half that, so maybe 2 weeks plus 3 days is the way it may work. So hopefully that answers your question there, Jennifer. We're waiting for the confirmation of that, but that seems to be based on Richard's last comment, which was halving that time. So it's going to be quicker. Everything's going to be more condensed. Plus, the mainnet was accelerated, is progressing really fast. So, all right, let's go here. Space D007. How the sacrifice will work. One signed address for all the sacrifice ETH. Yeah, so we actually covered that Space DDO just earlier. So we'll go back to there just because it might be a question that's asked a lot. We'll just go past all these, of course. So let's scroll down here. Hopefully I haven't got too far there. So here's the answer to that one. I think I'll just make sure that was your question. So how will the sacrifice work? One signed address for all the sacrificed ETH. Yeah, so that's correct. So please install MetaMask if you are to plan to participate in the sacrifice phase. You must have it installed for the sacrifice page on pulsechain.com, which is not up yet, and that's true. We see that that's not up yet. All right, and then it says it will issue you a unique address to sacrifice on non-Ethereum chains. So if you're doing non-Ethereum chains, it's going to be that way. But if you're doing Ethereum chains, it's going to be I was just trying to find that other tweet. So here it is here. So for ETH and Ethereum-based tokens, there's going to be a single address that everyone sends their sacrifice to. All right, so that's the answer for there. And for the one for non-ETH coin or tokens, it's going to be you're going to have to get a unique address, and that's where you're going to send it. So hopefully that's clear. Let me know in the chat if that's clear to you. Space D007. Lewis says, I was trying to find an explanation from Richard for the 7 million that was divided from the origin into the multiple accounts. I'm sure there is one. I just haven't found it yet. I was trying to find an explanation from Richard for the 7 million that was divided from the origin onto multiple accounts. I'm sure that's the origin wallet's already, after big payday, it was already broken up into tons and tons and tons of accounts. If you look on the blockchain, there was a guy did an analysis of all the Hex transactions, and that's how we ended up getting to to find out so much detail. You might want to check that out, Lewis. That was a pretty good one. I actually posted it somewhere in the chat, but it's a while ago now. D007, yeah, clear. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Stressful struggle. The George video What a clown. He was mad about the money and the Rolex. Hey, they all get, that's why Richard does it. That's why Richard does it. I'm sure he does it just to annoy them. And I love how he goes, this worth like over $1 million, but that's just a fraction of my net wealth or something. That was a classic, Richard classic. Alex Casey's single address for ETH was a surprise for me. There must be reasons behind it. Yeah, probably some simplification, but definitely right. Stressful struggle, right on, Superman, absolutely. And Brett Connor, hey Brett, good to see you in the chat. Hey everybody, welcome to Axiom Token channel. Of course, subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for notifications. On this channel, we don't do any tribalism. You know, we just like to talk about open projects, and we all like to share information and get the most value out of cryptocurrency, and that's what we're here about, right? So I hope you guys enjoy this channel as well. Try to keep open-minded. And it's good to see new people like Brett Connor in the chat there. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for notifications. Hey, with the potential freemium Pulse tokens, are these the only ones that need to be moved into another account after Snapshot, or is that duplicate ERC20? No, I understand it's just the freemium Pulsechain Pulse that I understand at the moment. You have to use it or lose it. I think it's 30 days too, from memory. Good question though, Brett. Alex might know something more on that. If Alex may have seen something, so if Alex got anything, let me know. DDO7, did any analysis was done to estimate how many Pulse coins would be received for 1 ETH? It's 1-to-1 is my understanding, so Alex can confirm that, but it's 1-to-1. It's good. There's going to be for the total amount of ETH, there's going to be 10,000 to 1. So we're looking. Well, we'll have final numbers on the website. So on the Pulsechain website, it's going to have the final numbers. But my expectation is that there will be about 1.1 trillion all up. Because if we go into, let me just take away this filter, and we'll go back into. Let's kill that off. There we go. So Ethereum is holding up there, moving up a bit over the last hour. Woo, we like that. Keep the bullish tone. We definitely want a bullish tone, bullish sentiment. You know, like a green day for the launch if we do when we get it, because that's certainly going to help. So what do we got here? We've got the total supply, circulating supply is 116 million Ethereum, and obviously it's got infinitive for supply because obviously it can have more. So if we take that, then times 10,000, it's about 1.1 trillion tokens that are in the circulating supply. So we'll see how close we are to that when it launches, but it was kind of 10,001. I'm sure that was the case. So Crypto Panda, Brett, you'll get ERC20 copies and have to move those in 39 days after airdrop. Will be easy because Pulse will be cheap and false. Okay, that'll be true too. I may not have heard that one, Crypto Panda, so thanks for that. Awesome stuff. So that's what I mean by the community sharing information. It's really good. We don't always get to see every single thing that Richard might say at a certain time. So it's good to see Crypto Panda with that one. Thank you very much. And awesome. Thank you, says Jennifer. And Crypto Panda 30 days. Sorry, 30 days. Yep, 30 days was the one. Yeah, 39 must have been typo. 30 days. And Alex K says one for one and a fork and Pulse much more. I expect Pulse price will be under 2 cents, most likely under 1 cent. Yeah, we're going to get onto that topic. That's probably a good time to segue into that. Is that you know, we probably expect if we took the value of Ethereum off CoinMarketCap, then we're kind of expecting that Pulsechain may have been around about if it was worth the same price at a certain time. My analysis is a bit old now because the market cap's changed, but basically. You know, you're probably looking at something 1 or 2 cents might be a good start, but I think I had it somewhere between 15 and 25 cents, just depending on the market cap of Ethereum. Though that'd be a full priced out Pulsechain, but I think that yeah, we might be lucky if we get to 1 or 2 cents, somewhere around that. It's probably a reasonable thing. I'd say that might be the sort of the highest part. We'll see. I know that Big Pep was saying possibly we might get 1-2 cents. He said it may be under that. So it's going to be an interesting time to sort of see where that ends up. And no one really knows, right? Not even Richard knows. So it's going to be interesting. All right. Dead Space said, how could we differentiate freemium Pulse coins to sacrifice received Pulse coins so that we can move only freemium Pulse coins to another wallet? Yeah, I'm not actually sure about that. Maybe Alex might have an answer on that one. Just thinking through that. I think you do have to claim. You actually have to claim your Pulse coins, as my guess. DDO7 that you'll have because of the Howie law. They can't really give you stuff. Like if you sacrifice stuff, they can't really give it stuff. You got to like mint it. So that's my expectation on the Pulsechain website is that we'll have a page here and we'll have to mint our own tokens. Is my guess, as opposed to airdropped. And I'll see what Alex says to that. That's the Howie rule, I should say, which is really to say that it's not a security. And if people mint their own stuff, then that would be the case. I guess that's how I'm expecting it to happen. Could be wrong on that. Let's see what Alex says. ERC token copies don't need to be moved, only freemium Pulse. Yeah, that was my understanding too. So it's good to get clarity on that. I know that Crypto Panda was saying ERC20 copies need to be moved. But I had not heard that, Crypto Panda. So I think Alex might be right on that. That's what my understanding was. So yep, go with that. Maybe Panda knows better. Yeah, unless I never heard it somewhere. That's the whole thing. If you know, I watch most of the videos, but it's always hard to, if you might miss one video, you could miss something on it. I thought it was only for Pulse. Yeah, that was me too. I thought it was too. Crypto Panda, I heard you don't move the freemium ERC20 tokens 30 days to get removed. That's correct. Coupons have expiry dates, says Richard Hart about that. Yeah, so I think we all agree that the Pulse freemium needs to be moved within 30 days. But the ERC20s, I don't believe so. They're just an airdrop, just a complete airdrop. Ernie Bitcoin, hey, Ernie Bitcoin, good to see you in the chat. Oh, g'day, mate. Yeah, awesome to see you, Ernie. A big shout out to Ernie in the chat there. Ernie's a massive online promoter, and great to see you in the chat. It's an honor. We're not worthy to have Ernie Bitcoin in there. Awesome stuff. I love your work, Ernie. So very cool. Alex K, we don't know yet. Your guess is as good as anyone's. Yeah, lots of hearsay. Yeah, so we're trying to keep away from hearsay as such, but I get your point. And yeah, as far as we know, it's just a Pulse chain. The airdrop of ERC20s is just going to be free, as far as I know. I know that he's going to probably limit a lot of whales getting the airdrops. So I think that's still in the algorithms where big ETH whales won't be getting those copies. And that's why we've obviously got the God whale as well, buying up Hex, stuff like that. So that's going on. Alex K. Panda, are you the same person that made Hex video recently? And Hilla Tech LLC, hey, good to see you. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Hey, always welcome. We like to keep it open-minded on this channel, absolutely as much as possible. Obviously, PG channel, but we like to keep it open-minded on crypto land because crypto land's so fun. There's so many awesome opportunities, and it's always good to get information flowing between people with genuine interest and stuff. So nice one there, Hilla Tech. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for notifications. I've already done a lot of Pulse Chain videos. They're doing pretty well, and I think people like the topic as well, so it's pretty good. Ernie Bitcoin, good to see you, mate. Love the new site. Hey, Ernie, always a pleasure. And yeah, once again, it's great to see you in the chat for sure. Crypto Panda, the Golden Goose one. Yeah, that's me. All right. Okay, well, I'll have to check that out, Crypto Panda. I'll have to look for that on YouTube. Lewis, ERC20 needs to be MetaMask, or does ERC20 on Binance get airdrop? MetaMask was the call. They are going to have something, I believe, for exchanges, but I'm not sure how that's going to work, Lewis. That's what I heard. Richard was going to do something about exchange. If you've got tokens on exchanges, they're not in your wallet, so that the system doesn't know that you own them. I think there's something around that, but I'm not sure. Someone else may know in the chat whether Richard gave any more insights into that, but I hadn't seen any. Property review. Hey, I love your channel, Property Review. Great video today. Hey, welcome. You're most welcome. And Hillatech, yeah, a couple of beers there. Ching ching for you. Hey, pleasure. And Crypto Panda, love your streams, mate. Hey, thanks very much. Really appreciate that. Big shout out to you, Crypto Panda. And Property Review, XRP is the best. Good one, X. Yeah, nice one there with the little wank. Yeah, good one. And David Gomez, MetaMask, not your keys, not your crypto. Lewis Patterson, absolutely, that's 100% right. So there's going to be a snapshot between the Sacrifice and the Pulse chain going live. You want to have those tokens as best as possible in your own wallet. But I do think that Richard was going to have something with the mainnet sorry, with the centralized exchanges. So we'll see what that is. But it's better safe to be sorry and have them in your own wallet, if you ask me, and you get that snapshot. And then there's going to be price discovery. So if you're after a particular token that you want to get on Pulsechain that you like on an ETH chain, you can get some funds and get ready to buy that up as hopefully as cheap as possible, because everyone likes to be on the bottom side of the price. Alex K, yeah, it was a great video and newbie friendly, absolutely. And I got a lot of speculative small amounts in the shitties. Not worth the fees to move most of them. That's true. And that's the big one of the big value propositions is the cheap fees on Pulsechain that's going to be, and much needed. I think Ethereum certainly improved its fees at the moment. I mean, the Gwei price at the moment is like 30 in the 30s at the moment. Let me just pull up some of that. We can sort of see some of the value propositions, but I think ultimately it's going to be speculation, and then it's going to be utility. The valuation is going to be speculation when the mainnet launches and the coins are all there to price up, and then it's going to be profit taking, and then it's going to be priced on utility and scarcity after that, and maybe a bit of more speculation. That's how I imagine the price is going to go. But it's going to be pretty epic, and of course the performance is going to be pretty neat. We can probably get some new projects on there too, doing new stuff, existing projects building on Pulsechain. It's going to be a lot of opportunity there. Plus with obviously the branding, with Richard has despite the rough start in terms of some of the negative press at the beginning of Hex, Hex has already proven itself to be successful, and so has so Pulsechain has a good pedigree behind it in that sense. And it's obviously the Pulsechain Telegram channel is massive compared to what Hex was. So it really is spreading far and wide. A lot of people are lining up for it, and not that I know. So I think that's pretty exciting. So here's the gas prices at the moment for Ethereum. So Pulsechain should be able to kick some butt on these. We can actually see over the last 7 days. We had all this green stuff. It was under 10. We even had some. Look at that, 4, 8, 6s. Some really first times I've seen under 10 actually. We had some of those periods there. That's the first time I've actually seen them under 10 for a very, very, very long time. And even 4 there, which has got to be a record recently. But look, then we went back into these high prices with the market, volatility. But we have had some decent price rises over these 2 days. Just in the last day, got a bit, a bit of edge taken off it. So yeah, expecting about 1.1 trillion. We'll see what the final numbers are when the website's updated. So we're waiting for this to get updated with the Sacrifice page on it. So we're looking at Sacrifice, possibly the public testnet launch, and then with Snapshot. So there'll be 3 days of calibration. So maybe that will last, say, 2 weeks, maybe 3 days of calibration and publishing the results, and then a snapshot, and then the mainnet. That's sort of the process expecting at the moment. And yeah, so yeah, it's going to copy obviously a lot of these tokens from the Ethereum blockchain, and we're going to see what the market cap's going to be worth. Some of them will be the variation between these two are going to be quite interesting, and also the bridge over. Then we'll need a bridge over between Pulsechain and Ethereum, and that should be up and running on day 1 of mainnet. So we'll see how that goes. And then it's obviously liquidity pools, and then we've got all that price dynamics. So it's going to be Wild West for months, I would say. But we're going to get a lot of action in this first week for sure. But it's going to be Wild West, and like I say, I think it's going to be big speculation, pullback, profit taking, and then slowly over time, those could be worth, maybe do something similar to Ethereum over time. Obviously, it depends on the number of smart contracts, on number of users. But the fact that it's so cheap, people really, got annoyed with Ethereum with the fees and stuff like that. But obviously, smart contract value is mostly on Ethereum, and getting that copied over as much as possible to Pulsechain is going to be really interesting. So I think it's a lot of stuff. It's going to be fun. And there's the old Zoom accidentally. So awesome stuff. Let's go back into the chat there, Lewis. What do we suspect will be popular on Pulse Uni? Yeah, I expect Uni to be very popular, Lewis. I'll get back to that in more detail. That's a good question. Alex, Property Roost says Alex, Axion, Hex, and Pulse better than XRP. Not sure why people buy XRP, but loving the smart cryptos like Hex and Axion. Yeah, nice one there, Property. Yeah, I thought you were joking about XRP, but the market's valued XRP at a certain value, so can't take that away from it. That's just what the price is. And Crypto Panda says, Alex, thanks. That's the idea. Pulse and Hex are tough to understand. We got to help new folks, absolutely. And Crypto Panda Property Manager, agreed. I have some Axion max staked as well. Believe in the project and team long term. Yeah, so that's right. And they've got different features. So every project's got different benefits and drawbacks and stuff like that. Some are closer to perfect than others. So yeah, different opportunities there. Property review, not manager. Lol. Yeah. Check out property reviews YouTube channel. Pretty cool. Looks at all the luxury properties around the world and stuff. Pretty neat. So nice one. All right, so that's going good. Let's quickly check the chat there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share. Hit the bell for further notifications. We're going to be covering Pulsechain all the way through the sacrifice phase. We're going to be covering it through the snapshot, through the data set when that comes out after the pulse, the sacrifice phase, to see what that is, and then into mainnet and price discovery. Oh, it's going to be so much fun, folks. It's going to be so much. It's the biggest opportunity for sure in crypto land in the next 6 to 12 months and beyond. I mean, the thing, blockchain's obviously long life and being a full system state of Ethereum. There will be a couple of projects left out that may include Axion, but that's going to be still fun nevertheless. Obviously, new projects can go on there if they want. They can get themselves on there, so nothing's stopping. It's going to be open slather on that, so that'll be fun too. All right, so let's have a look at some of these projects. So yeah, I definitely think that Unicoin will be super popular. We can already see that, right? If we go to obviously the markets already, the CoinGecko, markets index already shows us what the popular ones are in the top 10. But in terms of obviously Ethereum, you're going to have the Unicoin. It's going to be one of the top ones. Hex is obviously going to be the golden child. I think that's a no-brainer. Hex is obviously, look at that at the moment. We're looking on Dex tools. It's at almost 8.2 cents. So you can see that that's actually just pulled off a bit, but that's looking set. People expecting that to jump past 10 cents up to at least 15 cents. We'll see what happens. And obviously the higher end of that is 25 to 40 cents. So it'll be interesting to see whether it does a massive breakout like that. We've already seen that it can do that already. Obviously, I happen to be a Hex OG as well. There's a lot of Hex OGs around from that. I've just gone to weekly there, just waiting for that to update. So you can see that that's where we're at the moment from a weekly point of view. So you can see all that coming up here. Obviously, it doesn't have the full data. It's just back to here. What does this one on? Yeah, just trying to think what pool this is on, but that's going up there. So you can see we could have a massive blowout again. It's going to be fun times, folks. When the sacrifice gets launched, what is this going to do? There's not a lot of liquidity on that; can be easily moved. So it's going to be interesting. This is the ETH pair. 80% of the volume is on the USDC pair. So we'll see how that plays out. It's going to be fun. And obviously, the share rate keeps moving up. So it's really going to be epic. The price discovery. Hex will be the golden child. Rich has already said that Hex will probably not be sold down, but any of the other sacrifice coins, you never know what could happen to those. But it looks like there's going to be less Hex on the market. That's it. That's the way that's going to roll. So even though it's not getting any particular special, well, I guess that's the special treatment, but other than that, it's not getting any special pulse airdrop or anything. It's treated like all the rest. But that's certainly going to help take off more supply. So that's going to be pretty epic on that. So yeah, we've got Unicoin and some of the others that are going to be on there. It's going to be interesting. Let us know in the chat which ones you think are going to be more valuable in the chat there, and we'll try and pick off those. That'd be cool. All right, let's jump back here. Going to be hard to sleep for those first 3 days. Absolutely, I agree with you on that, Crypto Panda. And Alex K says you can add USDC pair on Dex tools as well. Yeah, I want to do that. I just haven't. I've tried a couple of times. I just don't know why I haven't got that working properly. But there we are. Right, so there's a token tracker. So you can already see some of the values here. I did post this link in there, so we might get VChain or something. So I'm not even sure if that's on there. Let me go. I don't have them all. No, that's not on there. Let me jump back. It's not jumping around the wrong ones there. Yeah, these are on other tokens anyway, so not sure. This is not. I don't think this is filtered properly. But hey, there we are. Just be careful with that filter. I might go to this one here. Let me filter again. All platforms. There we go. Ethereum. All right. So, hey, there's some also some good videos, some shout outs to some other YouTubers. Obviously, Crypto Casino does good stuff for Axion. Now, on terms of Hex, there's some good stuff around Hodl Dog is great. Into Crypto is fantastic. Big Pep is excellent. Check out some of those. Crypto Coffee's got some good intro videos for people. So yeah, some good stuff on there. Obviously, Discourse Syndicate's on. They have a syndicate show. They have a lot of different people on that show. It's pretty good for general stuff. Yeah, and obviously Richard Hart's channel, if you're interested, obviously get onto there for the official announcement. So the official announcement for Pulsechain and as Sacrifice launch is going to be on all Richard's official channels. Don't follow anybody else. Really watch out. There are scammers out there and heaps of them. So just be very careful to use official channels. Richard's YouTube channel, get onto that. Get onto their Telegram. Obviously, the website, pulsechain.com, and Twitter, which we've got here. So that's the official one there. That's the official Twitter for Richard Hart. Get onto the Telegram. And obviously YouTube for Richard Hart, and that because the launch is coming out imminently. It's going to be pretty soon. If it's on, we're going to be covering it live. So as soon as it's live and the timing fits well, we'll be on with a live stream for here for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's quickly jump down here, and I think they've jumped 1, 2 thing. Will we have to wait for a DEX to support PLS? No, apparently there's going to be a DEX. So I haven't. There's going to be a DEX with PLS. So I'm not sure when that's going to be up and running, but presumably it's going to be up at a similar time. That's my understanding. Justin Davis, big super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for supporting this channel. Really love it. And can I sacrifice XRP for Pulse? That looks like that will probably be up in the. I think that will be an acceptable non Ethereum token. I think that will probably be on the list. I haven't checked. There is a draft list on Telegram Pulse chain. I haven't checked that for a little while, so I might have to pull that up on my. I might get that on my desktop for next time. So, but I understand that will be on the list. So basically, any valuable tokens, or basically no scamming token, no too many meme tokens or this or that. So, which may include Shiba actually. I was thinking about that. I think Richard actually might have said something. I know that Monero has been added to the list. Monero, Crypto Panda, and I've seen some link holders interested in AirDrop. So many communities paying attention. Hey, Crypto Panda, I agree with you 100%. I think there's a lot of communities following Pulsechain. I think, especially after the Hex performance, I think that there's a lot following it. I think it's going to be a big deal for sure. In fact, that's why I say I think it's going to be the biggest deal in the next 6 to 12 months for sure, easily. Alex K, put this in Dex Tools search box. Okay, all right, take that. Let me. Not sure if I can. Let me just go into the other chain there. That's not. Let me jump over here. Let me pull that up. All right, let's go to Dex Tools. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, pull that up. And it's not finding me anything there, Alex. Let me see if I've done something wrong. OXD5. OXD5. No, it's not pulling up anything now, Alex. I wonder. Let me refresh it again. No. No. All right. No, it's not pulling up anything now, Alex. Sorry about that. I'll pull it up another time, I think, since I'm not seeming to pull it up. I think you're after the Hex one, right? If I just go Hex on that and USDC pair, I guess that's the one you're looking for. I think it might be this one, is it? It shows up the pairing A, not the contract. So maybe that was the issue. The pairing contract, not the token one. That's not the one either. Yowcha! We'll find it though. Slight digression. It must be the second one here, USD one. One of them's got to have an ETH. It's got to actually have a USD pool. There's obviously version 2 and version 3. No, not pulling that one up either. No, it's not that one. I'm actually not looking at the contract, so it's like there were. Is it this one? This one. It's got to be this one. The USDC. Let's have a see. Version 3. I think that was version 3. We're digressing here, but hey, nevertheless, we're checking it out. No, not that one either. God, completely failed on that on all 3 contracts. That's pretty weird. So that one. Let me try. This is the last one I'm going to try. Oh well, that's a failed thing. So I failed at that. We'll have to work on that offline when I'm offline, and I'll pull it up next time. Crypto Panda says, Lewis, nothing definitive, but it sounds like Uniswap may be duplicated, cloned, including liquidity, so it will be swap ready out of the gate. The Pulsechain Telegram has heaps fit, and so yeah, so that's my understanding too, is that the good chance that the DEX will be up and running, if not at the beginning, within short order. For sure, because obviously you need that for price discovery and also the bridge between Pulsechain and ETH. Lewis, crypto. Now you mention it, I do remember some talk of that. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And Alex K, yep, this is the right one. Yeah, sorry about that. Something is off with the computer. I think so. Something is off. I'll fix it up for next time, Alex. And D5 works for me. Yeah. Oh well, it's just unfortunate. Some of these times these things happen. Let me just maybe I'll refresh the page. I'll refresh. Here we are. We're going to refresh. I'll get out of the crypto checker, and don't forget get out of this one. Boop. Get out of that one. And I'm not sure what that is. That's definitely not right, that one. What the heck is that contract? Who knows? All right, it's a bit of humor. No, it's not working either. Let me I'll post it in the URL. Whether that pulls up anything. Here we go, folks. How we're gonna make it work. What's coming up? What's coming up? We're looking at it. It's gonna be a bit of fun. Is it working? Who knows? No, no, it's not working. Oh, rubbish. Okay, it's not rendering. All right, we'll have to close out of that. Anyway, so I've got the ETH pair up. I will add the USDZ pair on there. Thanks for trying there, Alex, for sure. Nice to see they have Uni version 3 added there as well. Yeah, and it could be the browser. It might be. So I'll have to reset that, and I'll pull it up anyway for next time. But woohoo! Yeah, I keep using the ETH ones. That's how ETH dominated. My brain is on the ETH side, but it's going to be Pulse dominated on this side soon enough. Right, so that's pretty cool. I also see that Matic and Quick are there, second layers for ETH. So obviously Pulsechain won't need that, right? Because you're going to own your coins and own your keys. Own your keys and own your coins. So that's the main game. If you ever watch Richard, he'll say that over and over again. You know, if you don't own the keys, then you don't own the coins. And for all the good economic stuff and projects that's happening on Matic and Quick, and they both are really good, you don't own your coins because you don't own the keys. You get on a second layer, so just take that into account. That said, that a lot of doing a lot of good stuff on there, but once again, that is the ultimate risk, isn't it? If you don't own the keys. Yeah, interesting stuff going there. All right, let's see how we'll be going. 48 minutes, so we're probably going to wrap up soon. It's been a pretty good live stream for sure, and I've enjoyed it. What's the Pulse group name on Telegram? The sacrifice coins are available. What you do is go to the Pulsechain website there. Justin Davis, go to the Pulsechain website. It's just down below here, and then go to Open Telegram. That will take you to the official Telegram for Pulsechain. That way, it's you're going through all the official channels. So best to go from the official website, pulsechain.com, and then it will take you to open the Telegram group. They'll give you the official Telegram site. Be very careful, of course, everybody, of all the scammers out there going to be targeting Pulsechain launch, sacrifice address in particular. Only use the official channels. We don't want anyone to lose money. We want this to be a good experience, and that's Richard wants that as well, based on his comments. So cool. Crypto Panda, I sent you the possible list of sacrifice tokens image from Telegram and Discord. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Let me just quickly check that out. I'm going to go into Discord here. I take it on the Axion Discord. Let's have a quick look. I used to have that on my desktop, but I must have cleaned my desktop up. And there we are. Let's pull that up. Boom. All right. Let me. Yeah. So far on there, we've got BTC, Wrap BTC, Ren BTC, ETH, Wrapped ETH, USDC, Uni, Hex, Link, DAI, USD, Aave, Maker. I guess that's Maker, LTC, Dodge, Zcash, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano ADA, DOT, SOL, AVAX, XRP. So there's the XRP. Back to your answer there, XRP there. I can't remember who answered that. Asked actually, the XRP. Yeah, I forgot who asked that, but oh, well, it's up there. There we are. Property review. Yeah, so XRP will be on there. I think it might have been property review, possibly. And then I'm not sure the last one there, PIL. But that was the initial list, but there's going to be a lot more. And we know that Monero's been added onto that list. So there will be an official list on Pulsechain when that comes up. So that's going to be cool to see that. Alex K says, we're waiting on the subject of other coins. Does anyone have opinions on TEL? No, not me, but I've picked up some of the ETL new blockchain. So that was interesting. I pulled that up. So we'll see how that performs. It obviously opened up dramatically lower than the issue price, but you know, that's the risk you take on those. Yeah, sent you a DM. There's the Pulsechain one. Now, obviously, we're running this stream also on Twitch and on DLive. So I'm just going to open those up quickly, and let's go to that. So on Twitch as well. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, here's the link. I'll post that. If you want to follow me on Twitch, also on DLive. DLive, don't want to open up too many. Crypto Panda, yeah, Axion. Yeah, that's cool. I've checked that one. For unknown reasons, I lost my access to Pulse Telegram. Is there a way to get back in? Now it mentioned that the group is private. Yeah, so what you should do is go onto the Hex channel, and if you're on Hex, and ask one of the admins to get you back on there, and that's probably the best way to do it. Alex K, even Monero will be supported. Yep, and Richard confirmed Monero as well. Yep, he did on his last video that I remember, the last full one, not the one with BitBoy. Killer, I need out of the XRP army. Yeah. My problem with obviously for XRP, the it's almost unlimited, right? And I just don't see the value proposition. I see why it's valuable for Ripple, because obviously they've got all these banking clients and out doing PayPal and banking institutions with Swift stuff like that. But yeah, I think that there's yeah, you're welcome, D007. So yeah, I think that that's the reason why I'm sort of, you know, back in the early days, I thought, you know, XRP was pretty huge. But then I realized, oh, actually, no, the supply is pretty big, and the team's got tons of it as well. And I just thought, nah, that's, you know, although, you know, in the bull market, it did do pretty well, but still, there's lots of other ones, obviously not near as good as Hex or something like that. So very cool. All right. Hopefully that helps. Let's quickly jump over to on Twitch. So Twitch is open, so don't forget to sign up on there if you want to follow me on there. We've just added Twitch, so just starting to build it up from next to nothing. Then we've got a couple of followers on there already, so do get on there and follow if you are on Twitch. So it'd be good. I know that Hexologist is on Twitch doing most of the shows on there. He was on DLive a lot. We're also on DLive. So it says, so for Hex and stakes calculation, we will have the option of Pulse, and then it could go back into ERC30 or 20. Sorry. So Hex is going to be, the stakes are going to be copied over from Ethereum over to Pulsechain. So I imagine that all that stuff, it's all going to be the same code. So I imagine that that would be the case. So you can end stake on the Pulsechain. So yeah, you're basically doubling your Hex. So if you've got Hex stakes, it's going to be doubled, and the functionality for the term period should be the same. So you should be able to unstake, and also what's the other feature? I'm just forgetting the other feature that you can do. Where you don't claim it as such. Just forgotten the name of it now. Yeah, it's on my Stakers app. On my Stakers app, I just can't remember the name, the phrase of it. All right, if you buy and stake Hex now, you'll get a duplicate on Pulse. You will, and you also get a duplicate on, but you also get your liquid duplicate too. So Richard's given the old strategy of doing two-thirds sacrifice of Hex and 1/3 hold, which is, I think, is a pretty good strategy. I know quite a few people actually doing that, the 2/3, 1/3, and I've know other people that have flipped that around, holding 2/3 Hex, but not as many as the sacrifice. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out. And Alex K says, yep, it's beautiful. Double, yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, we're loving it. It's pretty awesome. All right. Let me jump over to, so that's some of the stuff we've got going on. Make sure that you're on Pulsechain, get onto it. It's going to be imminent, honestly. We are so close. And I am picking Sunday. I could be wrong, so don't, hold me to it. But I think that given the 2-week time frame, how far many days we've gone now, the best Ethereum price, and the market has done a bit better, even though it's pulled back in the last 24 hours. That the timing's kind of fitting well for the Sunday. Plus some of the tweets that have just been coming out from Richard just getting closer and closer. So we'll see how we get on. I'll be doing live stream either way to cover that. So yeah, we're waiting for this market to just make a bit of a move up. I'll just get rid of the Ethereum on there. But yeah, I definitely think Uni is going to be one of the popular ones for sure. Obviously being already valued higher. So the higher value ones should be getting priced up further as well on that one. Basically, here's why the ones that are tokens that have that are dexes, like that have those sort of things, will get valued like dex tools, in fact, stuff like that. Because obviously, if you look at the markets, a lot of the ones that go up, we get the like the pancake swaps and all those sort of things go up. All the type of exchanges, decentralized ones. We get at the moment we get the second layer ones go up quite well at the same time, and we get the, just trying to think through those ones there, and the DeFi ones. So we, the ones that do leverage lending, depositing, like the Aave and the Compound and that stuff. Those all seems to move up like sectors. If you've seen, even when the other coins, not speculative coins, are not doing so well, those two groups have been moving up recently. So the market's pricing them a lot more bullish on average than some of the others. I find that quite interesting. And of course, everyone's waiting for Cardano to come out. When is it going to come out with smart contracts? Of course, Richard on yesterday's show with BitBoy, and that was, saying, when is it ever going to come out? When's it going to come out? So it's obviously the Cardano one is related to Ethereum, broke off from there, but they've got a lot of data scientists apparently building these super duper smart contracts on Cardano. We still haven't seen it yet. I know that we've got 1 or 2 followers of this channel that are, pretty confident that they will come out this year. So we'll see how that rolls. All right. And yeah, I think that's going to be interesting stuff. All right, I think we're coming up to an hour, so we'll probably wrap up shortly. Just wondering if Hex Pulse price will have intensive to match Hex ERC if it's free. Yeah, well, I expect it to be, like I said, I think that it's not just the Pulse price itself for the valuing the chain, but it's also, and the hype around that, but it's also the other ERC20 tokens and stuff, everything that gets copied over getting priced up reinforces the Pulse value and makes Pulse more expensive as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So I think that's related to what you're saying there, Lewis, and that would make Pulse a very quite good Pulse Hex as opposed to Pulse ETH. Hex ETH. But I think that the savings on the staking, the big thing with the Pulse, with Hex. So I was referring to Pulse, but referring to Hex on the chain. So switching topics here, Hex on ETH chain versus Hex on Pulse chain, is that obviously the Pulse chain, one of the main drivers is to get those cheaper fees and faster throughput. And also with the ETH chain, we had the S-load function get increased massive, right? So, and it's been increased over a number of times. And so that's actually more expensive to loop through the rewards for staking every day on the ETH chain. And that's one of the value differentiators between Pulse chain. And so that's going to be interesting. But Richard's already said he wants to see them expensive on both chains, and that's why he said that if Hex gets sacrificed, that probably won't even make it back onto the market, in inverted quotes. So that means there's our 5% or less supply that we've got now will come even smaller on both chains, because once the Hex from ETH gets sacrificed, they'll also have it for the snapshot of the Pulse chain, and therefore there'll be less on both blockchains. And obviously with the cheaper fees for the staking and unstaking on the Pulse chain, that will be, give a value difference as well. So we're going to see how that goes over time. But I expect both of them to do quite well over time, especially obviously with ETH. Eventually ETH 2.0 will come, and you've obviously got the London fork enhancements at the moment with burning and stuff. So it's going to be interesting. All those dynamics play out for sure. And Crypto Panda said, good counting. Yeah, good accounting. Yeah, good Charlotte music. Yeah, good Charlotte, good accounting. That's what I meant. Thanks, Crypto Panda. Appreciate that. That's the other function that you have when you end a stake on a Hex, as good accounting, where you don't claim it, and so therefore it sort of keeps you off from the tax stuff in certain jurisdictions. Francesca Navarre, hey, nice to see you again. Just joined the stream. I'm a Pulse noob, but I have 50,000 Hex staked. How much Pulse will Pulse affect me? Well, you'll get a copy of that, the Pulse chain. You get a copy of your Hex stakes over on the Pulse chain. So you basically, if the value will stay the same, you basically get double the value. So it's a no-brainer, right? One strategy is to do nothing. You don't enter the sacrifice phase. You just have already got stuff on the ETH chain like a Hex stake that will just get copied over. So you're going to basically get double your value, but we don't know what the value of Pulse will be or Hex will be after the copy. So that's quite part of the fun. Obviously, we know that Richard's talked about he wants Hex to be expensive on both chains. So we'll just see what the market decides. The market will ultimately decide what the relative prices are and what the total absolute prices of those are. But yeah, that's going to be the case. So yeah, it's going to be a free airdrop there, Francisco. Free airdrop of your Hex stake. Nice one. Crypto Panda RH says, I want expensive Hex everywhere, so hopefully there will be a price parity. Yeah, there may be, but I think there is that different differentiator with the ETH fees on the S-load function, and that's one of the big reasons. Because the further out you get with a stake, the longer the Hex project goes on, the more days the S-load function's got to be called to go through and loop calculate those returns for your stakes. So that's why stakes further out are just so much more expensive under ETH chain at the current prices. Obviously, ETH 2.0 will come and make that cheaper at some stage, but they've still got that issue over time. And who's to say they're not going to keep uploading, making the S-load function more expensive? Because the code's finished, right? It's done code. It's not like Axion. Axion has a second, and now it's got a version 3, which is going to be completely, taking away a lot of completely the gas impact, pretty much. That's probably one of the revolutionary things in the Axion code that's coming out later this month. So we're looking forward to that. But that's going to be the only solution on the ETH chain, the Axiom version 3. So, the other projects have got good features that are coming out, including obviously Axiom around the ETH, which is going to be the only project on ETH chain with that solution. Justin Davis, is there a decent a chance Pulse price could start like Hex did? You mean with a dip, like because Hex dipped on like I think it was the 4th or 5th of January. So Hex launched on the 2nd of December 2019. Then it rallied a bit. Obviously, we had all the transform auction lobby going up as well, but the price went up and then it dipped down on the 4th, 5th of July. And then that's when it reached all-time low, as well as the T-share price. And then obviously it went through a couple of small parabolics, which were big parabolics at the time, and then up to where we are today. With the giant parabolic that we've got right on at the moment. So that's what I am expecting. That's what I'm expecting Pulse to do. I'm expecting Pulse. This is my expectation only, but this happens in crypto a lot of the times, and I don't see any reason why not. A lot of excitement, people clamoring for the Pulse chain coin, so it gets priced up. Obviously, they've got free claimed. They've sort of sacrificed. Pulse gets launched, the price goes up, then there'll be profit taking, and then it will slowly over time increase as utility and further speculation, etc., comes into play, and more adoption, etc., etc. So that's why I'm expecting the classic sort of like this, and then move up higher, and then that's when it moves up higher, that's when you might get your 1,000x, your 10,000x type thing. That's my expectations. So yeah. Justin Davis, the Pulse coin only goes to sacrifices, right? The majority of it does, yeah. There will be some freemium Pulse, but the vast majority will be going to the Pulse, people that sacrifice in the Pulse. That's why it's going to be so huge, the sacrifice. How much are we going to get in there? Hundreds of millions? I don't know. It's like 100 million. It's going to be $1 billion. We just don't know. Obviously, the higher the value of crypto, the more valuable it is, and the more people that put in, the more valuable it is. Now we know, I know personally that a couple of millionaires that will be going into it, and there's other bigger, maybe some VCs and other parties going in. We're already Rich has already alluded to some of the founders and other existing big projects that we're talking about going into sacrifice, because I think they do see it as a genuine opportunity for a functional utility as a blockchain, as also being superior to ETH. So I think there is a lot of upside. Obviously, it's not as big as Ethereum. Every Ethereum has 85% of the smart contracts, so we need to be pragmatic about that. But it can grow, right? It can grow into that. That's why I keep saying, is it going to be worth 10% of the Ethereum blockchain right now? Is it going to be worth 20%? This is the sort of the idea. And obviously, the market can overshoot. The market can pull back. So it's got lots of variables, but it really is the gold rush, really is the Wild West, but it's Wild West on something that's a system state of Ethereum. So it's got a lot of value because people are pricing other projects up for nothing into billions of dollars, and they're not going to be as big as this. So I think it really is got some huge opportunity there for value. A big pair of bollocks, says Lewis. Big pair, yeah. And Just Davis are talking about the initial drop or big climb overall. I think I covered both of those two topics. I think. Yeah. So the initial price for the sacrifice is going to be a different price from what the market's going to price Pulse for, right? So we're going to get so much money, US dollar equivalent, because US dollars in the sacrifice is the main thing, right? You can decide I'm going to do $5,000 worth of whatever token, and you're going to sacrifice that, right? And obviously that's why people are bidding up Hex, because the higher they make Hex price, and there's not that much liquidity on there, and there's in the pools there's low liquidity, relatively speaking, compared to other tokens, and so they can make that, and there's less liquid Hex on the market, so they can make the price pump really big. That's why we're talking about a lot of people, more people I know are expecting the sacrifice phase to make another boom in the Hex price. Where that will go, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, the market's going to decide, but I think that's a lot of common expectations around that. All right, I think that's about an hour and 6 minutes, so we're probably going to end the live stream there. I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching, and this is going to be fun, man. Honestly, it's going to be huge fun, as well as a good chance to get into a good project, not just a great project. I think Pulsechain is going to be truly epic, and getting in early, becoming a Pulse whale. A lot of people are into that. They're going to place their position in that and try and do that. And imagine being a Pulse whale like the ETH whales. That would be pretty cool. And even getting a small bag these days, when I say small bag, maybe even $500, $1,000 a Pulse, that could be a real game changer in the future. Over time, if you hold, people that delay get that benefit. People that trade often get wrecked. So yeah, I think so. Hey, Jonathan Kapala, good to see you. Thanks for these streams, Alex says, and all the useful info. Very exciting times. Hey, once again, Alex is our head moderator, and thanks for all his wisdom as well, and all the awesome insights there from people in the community. Really appreciate all those stuff. We were able to talk about that. It's going to be fun times. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Crypto Panda, as well. Awesome stuff. We'll just go through those, and I'm going to sign off now. It's been a great day. Don't forget to catch me for the Axion auction. We got a mega VCA auction tonight. It's only in a couple of hours time, maybe 4 hours or something. It's going to be hugely awesome. We've been selling these things out like hotcakes, getting wrapped Bitcoin divs. Who doesn't want that? I mean, it's crazy good, and it does separate Axion out in the market for sure. Awesome stuff. So catch me for the mega VCA. It's going to be fun. We got it's going to be huge fun. It's going to be huge fun, and we're going to open it up. I think it's about 1.5 billion Axion. It's going to be awesome. So catch me for that one, and I hope, Alex, you can make it for that too. Cheers. And Lewis Patterson says thanks for all the awesome info. Much appreciated. Let me just set up here, and just a big shout out for Justin Davis for that super sticker. Really appreciate supporting the channel, and much appreciated for that, and awesome stuff. And let me just clear out here. Thanks for watching, and on Twitch, on DLive, thanks for watching as well, and I'll catch you later tonight. Cheers. Peace out. Peace.